Isang malaking asam. And ano na kaya ang nangyayari sa BTC natin ngayon? Is it going to be going up or are we going down now that the BTC is on a lagging momentum? Ito yung tanong natin dito talaga guys eh. Now that we are playing in this zone, are we going to go up or mauunang mag-go down muna tayo? Yan yung mga i-explain ko sa video na to. And of course, may mga chismis din tayong pag-uusapan upang mas maintindihan natin bakit ganon yung ating situation sa market. Okay, so guys, yung mga hindi pa pala nakakapag-like or nakakapag-share or nakakapag-subscribe, please mag-like kayo at mag-subscribe and panoorin nyo yung mga videos natin. And if gusto nyo ng live videos, mag-comment lang kayo ng live sa comment section. And thank you so much sa mga patuloy na sumusuporta at nagsasubscribe. And ako nga pala si Osaber and I've been here in the cryptocurrency market since 2017. And I've been sharing you guys mostly my losses and my wins dito sa cryptocurrency. And right now, ito po ang standing po natin. Despite of whatever is happening in the market, patuloy pa rin po tayong nagbibigay sa inyo ng mga chismis, kaliwat kanan, iba't ibang sides. So now, pag-uusapan po natin yung market natin. Okay, so why do I think, okay, pag-usapan muna natin yung bullishness ng market, okay? Why do I think that we are in a bullish momentum? Okay, so kung pupunta tayo sa 1 day, okay, so let's go with our 1 day time frame. Okay, so sa 1 day time frame, kung titingin kayo dito sa gilid, okay, sa may bandang kanan, okay, makikita nyo na yung Fibonacci natin is naka-flat na. So, ibig sabihin, ang sinasabi natin is nakalabas tayo doon sa bearishness ng market. Okay, when we entered the 88K, we already entered, okay, the potentiality of the market to enter a super bullish. So, dito pa lang bullish na tayo. Yes, indeed. And makikita naman natin siya sa candle pa lang eh. It speaks a lot. Okay, we've been trying to predict this and kala ko dito masusupalpal na tayo. Okay? Ang kinagandahan, hindi tayo nasupalpal doon para hindi tayo ma-reject. Yun yung kinagandahan nung naging move natin despite of what we did na pagbabay natin sa 79K. Okay? So the question is, why are we lagging in this level? Sa Fibonacci, anong ibig sabihin nito? Bakit siya nagtatagal dito? Okay, so ito yung masasabi ko sa inyo guys. In anything na nabi-break for 618, okay, this is our 618 level. Okay, ang nangyayari is we always try to go ballistic. Okay, when I say ballistic is dumidiretso siya ng dumidiretso hanggang makaabot siya doon sa red zone level natin na tinatawag na 0236. Okay, so yung 236 level natin, okay, sa Fibonacci is supposedly the overheated market from the first impulse. Kumbaga, at the first impulse, di ba? Nag-try siya mag-sideways dito ng konti, katulad nito. Di ba? Nire-replicate niya to. Okay, so kumbaga may A, B, C na tayo. Okay, the question is yung D natin, magre-retrace muna ba sa 88 or 90? Tsaka tayo papasok doon. Okay? So, hindi ganon ang Fibonacci natin. How it works is it always tries to hold the level of 92K. Okay? And that's why we had that prediction as well doon sa nakaraang video natin na 92K level. Tapos, na-touch niya. Saglitan lang. Hindi ko naman in-expect na 92,900 lang. Okay? And since wala tayong bolang kristal, pero meron tayong mga guide levels na katulad nito. Okay, so paano yung bearishness na pinag-uusapan natin dito? So pag nag-zoom out ka, doon mo makikita yung pinaka-perspective ng bearishness ng market na to. Okay, so this is also pegged doon sa MACD natin. So sa MACD natin, napaaga yung naging up ng bar natin. Although that the market is trying to consolidate here, okay, we didn't see the orange line to consolidate in order for us to really confirm this pump. Yes. So, kung titingnan nyo dito guys, pag we're trying to consolidate, nagko-consolidate muna tayo ng matagal. Kung totoong magpa-pump tayo guys. Okay? So, in this matter, okay, I really think that it needs to consolidate, leading to a potential retrace. That is the reason why. Number 2 case scenario, why we are in a very dangerous levels na parang pinipilit na lang natin tong level na to. Okay? Could be probably we're trying to SL, whoever is trying to long this market or trying to short the market, tapos i-SL natin. Tapos ang pwedeng nagiging or sistema ng mga whales dito is we are trying to enter in a phase where we can sweep the whole long, tapos bigla tayong babagsak. Okay? So from here, I'm actually really blind in terms of where that price target really is. Okay? So, nakabase ako sa moving averages kung saan nag-crosses. Doon na lang ako nakatingin. So, we have the nearest crosses here. Sa may February 15, makikita natin. And that price is 98,800. And that was our initial TP zone. Okay? Then number 2 is itong ating 98,100, which is hindi naman nagkakalayo ng January 20. Tapos meron din tayong 97 sarado sa January 4. Okay, so why are we talking about those crosses? Okay, because it's going to be our reference to see kung saan nagtagal yung price actions natin. Makikita naman natin yan dyan. At dito tayo naloko kasi nagtagal talaga siya and we saw a lot of manipulation, which led us to a very hard to predict scenario na prices. So, katulad nito, and katulad ng mga to. Okay, so the reason why I'm also talking about the bearishness of this whatever the situation that is happening in the macro or trades, etc. Okay, if we look at the RSI, medyo overheated na tayo sa stochastic natin. Although our logarithmic is also like playing on top, okay, before we can call this as bearish, we need to have a go down situation here. Okay, but whenever we try to retrace in the 50 levels, okay, we always try to retrace muna. Tapos makaka-exit pa tayo, probably the bounce will be higher. Okay, so hindi ko alam kung gaano kalaki yung magiging bounce natin. Pag bumagsak siya sa 50, tapos nag-bounce yung mga levels natin dito, o yung action natin dito, is hindi ko alam kung gaano kalaki yung bounce. Kaya meron tayong ganitong gauge. Okay, we're just using the Fibonacci as guide and it seems like we're trying to retrace the 103 kung sakaling bumagsak tayo sa 87 or 88 or 87K. Okay, so para sa first chismis naman natin. Now, mabilisan lang to guys, okay? Ini-summarize ko na sa inyo kasi technically marami akong news na nakita sobrang bullish. And of course, mixed with the bearishness. Okay, if marami magtatanong dito, sentimental wise, why are we keep on having a bearish momentum? I mean, a sideways momentum for BTC, even though that the market is potentially saying that we are in a bullish moment. Okay, so sa consolidation phase natin, BTC is hovering between 92 to 95K. We really have to acknowledge that. After nung naging steep run natin from 88 to 92K. Okay, pwede natin sabihin na from 80K to 90K. Okay, that is the bullish candle that we have. Now, okay, yung market natin is trying to digest the gains and they're looking into really trying to get into the market despite of yung nangyaring pump natin sa market. Okay, kasi ito hindi sila nakasakay. Yun lang yung ibig sabihin nun. That's why there is choppiness or yung tinatawag na drag price. Okay, so dito sa mga moment na to, dito yung moment natin na dapat nag-zoom in tayo. That's why we have this kind of chart. And this is the same chart that I'm using for leverage trading. So that's why we have an entry here and we were able to enter. So far we in a positive. However, I'm really scared right now because we are losing momentum kasabay ng money flow natin dito. Okay? And it actually printed a bearish signal. Pero nag-hold naman yung money supply. It means may mga bumili pa. Okay, the question is, sino tong mga bumili? So ito yung tinatawag na strong ETF inflows and institutional trying to buy the specific zones. And every time that they buy, they have this paid news. Kasi sabi nila, bumili kami ganyan, etc. But the global uncertainties has this pending. Kumbaga, nandito pa rin yung mga global uncertainties and they're just showing that, okay, wala rin naman kami paki sa global uncertainties na nangyayari or trade wars, etc. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, pero sinasabi ni ETF, okay, yung mga Bitcoin ETF na malalaking companies, ang sinasabi nila is they are willing to buy whatever that is being sold in the market at the certain levels. At the certain levels hindi agad-agad. Okay, so ngayon, yung altcoins natin are also showing signs of life. Okay, hindi ko sinasabing we're trying to go ballistic bullishness. Okay, mag-iingat tayo. Kasi bakit? Okay, if we're gonna look at some of our assets, sa mga iba't ibang katulad na ito, sabihin natin yung Navix. Okay, it is just trying to retrace the moving average here and potentially we can go down. Why? It's because this is just our second time, the third time, and probably the fourth time. Doon pa lang tayo makakaalis sa mga moments na yan, ay sa momentums na ganyan. Okay, so ito naman, kakapanganak lang ng 150 moving average or 200. Mas malaki ang potentiality natin na ma-drag down yung price pababa at makabalik tayo dito sa level na to. So maraming magsasabi na, is this a bearish? We've never been in a super bullish. If you were able to buy here when we were trying to talk about deep as well, is you were able to have this run. It is very ideal or likely na makapag-TP kayo dito, at least para makapag-rebuy kayo sa mga situation. So this kind of price actions, ito na yung clue nyo na this might actually work in the next bull run. Okay, pag may mga ganyan kayong assets. Okay, pero yung katulad ng alt layer, ganito lang yung move niya. We've been expecting, although may moving average, baka pwedeng masabi natin na baka mamaya pa yan magpapump, wala pa kasi yung interest sa mga infrastructure assets, something like that. So if we are actually talking about macro or broader macro or regulatory headlines, okay, naging positive sila lately, okay, despite of what is happening. So the question is, what happened to XMR naman? Okay, XMR had a wish na nangyari. Okay, kasi may nangyaring hacking, tapos ang ginawa, hinugasan sa XMR. Hindi ako against sa XMR, but also, I will tell you, I'm against about money laundering. So I really don't like that, of course. Especially pag ninakaw siya sa matanda or ninakaw siya sa mga nagpe-pension from Bitcoin. So that is very sad. Okay, so right now, yun yung mga chismis, cheesy na mga chismis na gusto ko ibigay sa inyo. Okay, pero tulad ng sinabi ko, para sa mga bago, when we say lagging, it means, okay, it's not moving up or it's not even moving faster going down. Okay, even though the market has this mix sentiment, gusto nila mag-up, gusto din nila mag-down despite of the news or despite the TA, okay, it's not doing it. Okay, it means whatever or wherever this price is going, okay, it will be a money making or they will be milking this asset. So that is the reason why I also have this kind of R&R situation dito. Okay, and other assets might be moving faster or the markets as a whole and maybe temporarily, okay, on pause before the deciding or the biggest news that will be coming on May 3. We've been talking about this, so I hope you guys watch out for it. So yun lang ang mga chismis ko for today, guys. I hope you guys please like and share and subscribe. And thank you so much sa mga patuloy na sumusuporta and have a great night, guys, sa inyo. Please, chismis lang ang lahat ng yon. Kailangan nyo pa rin aralin, planuhin at kilusan. Nang sa gayon, ang lahat ng to ay ating makamtan. At syempre, stay awesome. Goodbye, guys.